Okay, let's dive into an idea that is, no joke, one of the most powerful things you can ever really grasp. It's this simple but totally game-changing belief that you can learn, well, anything. It all starts right here with this one sentence: nobody's born smart. See, so many of us get hung up on this idea that some people are just born with it, that they're naturally gifted and the rest of us aren't. But that single idea can be the biggest wall standing between us and what we're truly capable of. I know, I know. I can already hear you asking the question. It's the first thing that pops into your head, right? Okay, sure, but what about the real geniuses? The Einsteins, the Shakespeares, come on. Those guys were just built different. And you know what? It's a fair point. But the real story is so much better. Just look at this for a second. This levels the playing field completely. We're talking about Albert Einstein, the guy whose name is basically a synonym for genius, and there was a point where he couldn't count to 10. And Shakespeare, the greatest writer in the history of the English language, had to sit down and learn his ABCs, just like every single one of us. And that's the whole point. It doesn't matter who you are or what you end up accomplishing. Everybody starts at the beginning. Square one. The road to greatness doesn't begin with some lightning bolt of brilliance. It starts with the basics. It starts with just learning how to count. So, if we all start from the same place, what's the secret sauce? What makes the difference? Well, it all comes down to how we think about the process of learning itself. And that means we have to talk about failure. Here's the truth nobody really likes to talk about. Learning is messy. It is not this clean, perfect line from not knowing something to knowing it. No way. It's messy, it's confusing, it's frustrating. And that's not just part of the process, it is the process. In fact, the path to actually understanding something new, it usually looks a lot like this. You're going to stumble. You'll slip up. There are going to be times where it feels like you're just crawling. You will fall, and yes, you will fail. But these aren't signs that you should stop. They're signs that you're actually doing it right. And this is the mental flip that changes everything. We have to completely redefine what failing even means. It's not the opposite of success. It's an ingredient. Every single mistake is just another word for growing. It's your brain, literally forging new connections. But here's the catch. All that growth, all those new connections, they only happen if you do this one critical thing. You just keep going. That's it. That's the secret. Persistence is what turns all that stumbling and falling into actual progress. And that brings us right here to the big finish. We know everyone starts at the beginning. We know that failure is really just growth in disguise. So now let's talk about the incredible power of just sticking with it. See, persistence doesn't have to be some grand, heroic effort. It's actually super simple. It's just one foot in front of the other. It's the small things you do consistently. It's trying one more problem, reading one more page, practicing for 5 more minutes. And when you keep taking those small steps, you're building something. Knowledge isn't something that just appears in a flash. You build it, piece by piece, like laying bricks. One idea on top of the next, building a solid foundation. You just keep putting one foot forward. You keep stacking one idea on the last. And you do it again and again until it happens. That aha moment, that feeling when the fog finally lifts and you get it. And that moment, it's pretty much guaranteed to happen, as long as you don't stop. And that right there, that is learning. It's not some magic power reserved for a few people. It's a journey. It's the process of building, step by step, mistake by mistake, until it finally clicks. So whenever you're faced with something new, something that feels totally impossible, you don't have to be a genius. You don't need all the answers. You really only have to know one thing. This is it. This is the only thing you have to truly believe. If you can see failure as growth, and if you can commit to just keep going, then there is nothing off limits. You can learn anything. And that, of course, leaves just one final question. Now that you know this, now that you know the path is open and you have this incredible capacity to learn and grow, what are you going to choose? What will you learn?